kind of, you know, problems for Minnesota with a bigger lineup on the floor.
Coach Brian Agler talked about his team and what they did right the first time. Essence Carson was in the lineup at the 4, but you have the depth that you can look to your bench to now if anyone gets in foul trouble. With the return of Jontel Lavender, and we'll get to that later in the program, but Candace Parker back in the lineup, and then Nneka Ogwumike, who has been a standout player for this team so far. Nneka shooting 67% from the field, and we are off. Second tip so far, and it goes to the Los Angeles Sparks.
And they're going to get a moving screen.
An
Offensive foul on Nneka Ogwumike. She picks up her first. Only 10 clicks right off the clock. Definitely something we can look at too, but even when we talk about foul trouble, Coach Brian Agler said we can now look to the bench. If we need to move Essence up there, we can. If not, we do have other pieces now. They go to Sylvia Fowles early in the paint. Brunson, bottom of the net. Her baseline jumper has been signature in her career.
Hard double team on Fowles, and the ability to go cross court with that release, get it out of the paint, and Brunson improves so much from the perimeter.
Early look to Candace Parker coming off the screen, got it.
Already looks better than she did in her first game last Sunday.
See her, she missed the first 3 games due to a minor back injury, but Sylvia Fowles not waiting for anyone, going straight to the left and finishing off the glass.
Sylvia struggled in the first meeting, 5 turnovers from all that pressure.
And just like that, this pace for the game. Back and forth, Chelsea Gray getting to the rim. Nice take. Fouls. Doesn't like what she was seeing at the block, so passes it out. And right before the double team could even come, Sylvia Fowles going to work.
Exactly right. Just a beautiful duck in, and that this is a team that is, they're a well-oiled machine, and when they take care of the basketball, they are tough to defend.
We're talking about Sylvia Fowles on the previous play, making a great pass to Brunson and then going to work in the paint. Nneka going to work inside, misses it. Maya Moore starting the break. Brunson trying to create. Short off the rim, Candace Parker with the rebound. Trying to see if she can get some offense going.
Yeah, LA would love to kick the tempo of this ball game up on steals, missed shots.
And you'd have to think the game plan was to continue to feed it on the inside, the point in the paint for both teams. They've had touches on both ends.
One of the big keys when anybody plays Minnesota is to draw Sylvia Fowles away from the paint, open up those driving lanes, and open up that high-low game from Parker into Nneka.
Parker, step back, got it, a long 2, counts either way.
What a beautiful move, little step back.
Nice flow, just lets it go. One of the prettiest shots in the league. Lindsay Whalen waving off Brunson to see if she can get some one-on-one action on the baseline. And just like that, close to a turnover for Lindsay Whalen. And as we spoke with Cheryl Reed before the game, she said that's an area that we have to make sure that we do better. They play great defense.
Well, the longer the passes, the tougher it is to recover, and just a beautiful job of creating some space with the step back. And you can see the reaction of Sid Weiss on the bench.
Candace Parker was out 3 games and came off the bench in the previous game against Phoenix, had 10 points, but looks good so far as she gets another rebound.
Minnesota foul number 34, Sylvia Fowles.
Foul goes against Sylvia Fowles. That's going to be her first.
Lynx team foul. Sparks basketball.
Another one, Chelsea Gray.
And she's just dialed in.
You could see before the game, they said, we just have to make sure that we take care of business. We know what we need to do. Having this lineup, and especially what they were able to do without Jontel Lavender or Candace in the lineup the first time. travel called on Lindsay Whalen. Odyssey Sims with that matchup, excited about one of those top matchups, and I keep your eye on Danielle Robinson with the substitution for Lindsay Whalen, and she's been much needed. One of the acquirers from Phoenix has been outstanding off the bench so far.
She provides a real lift, a lot of energy, especially on the defensive end. Brunson on Parker.
Parker turning down the shot and turning the ball over in the meantime. Danielle Robinson takes it all the way. Count it, 2 points.
And over the years when she was playing for San Antonio, that's exactly what Danielle Robinson would do to the Sparks. Her speed, her change of pace, getting easy buckets going the other way.
If you're just now joining us, Ninja Gray alongside Mary Murphy, 8-8 so far in this game, and one. Elena Beard seeing a hole in the defense and taking it.
Did not score in the first meeting. Aggressive, turns the corner, gets into the paint, and the finish. Still a little late reacting to get that block shot, but great to get her involved offensively early. Averaging just 3 points a game.
Very consistent on the defensive end. She had an outstanding game last game against Phoenix. Had 7 rebounds, as you said, only the 1 point coming from the free throw line. But when you can get her going on the offensive end, it's going to be scary.
Both teams red hot shooting the basketball. We're going to get Parker on the floor, a foul. Battling Sylvia in the mid post.
Pleading her case a bit, trying to make sure that she doesn't rack up another foul on that end, and might have a case. Sylvia fouls with the arm bar in front of her, but she is so solid in the paint. Make sure that you can stand your ground.
One of the things that Brian Agler talks a lot about, staying with it, stay with it. Of course it's going to be tough to guard Sylvia, but it's a process the entire possession through.
Maya asking for the ball, looking at Odyssey Sims. Passes it off. Short by Rebecca Brunson, and Chelsea Gray with the ball.
Great defensive possession for LA. They made Minnesota work and take a tough shot.
Candace Parker overthinking it. Takes too many steps getting to the basket. The turnover for the Sparks. So 3 turnovers so far for the Sparks. Candace Parker so far shooting perfect from the field, 2 for 2 for 4 points. I know that she's going to step up. We haven't seen Jontel yet in this lineup, but let's see if they can get a stop here. Pass on the inside by Maya Moore.
Beautiful help rotation, but Maya Moore moving without the basketball, coming down the lane. That is a tough pass. The drive by Moore, beautiful dish, and the foul. Two fouls already on Nneka Ogwumike.
As we said before, what does that do to your rotation? Essence Carson, Coach Brian Agler said, I'm not afraid to put her back in that 4 position. But she's been working 3-4, but very comfortable in this spot.
In the early going, we're seeing Fag Benlay, who of course played her last year at USC, just down the road from the Staples Center here after most of her career at Harvard.
Selected by Minnesota in the 3rd round, 35th overall. Getting some early action in this game. Not averaging a lot of minutes, but Coach playing with a few pieces. See if she can get something going.
Well, we don't expect to see Tanisha Wright today. So going to have to find some other answers on that bench.
Parker's shot doesn't go. Another rebound for Rebecca Brunson.
You're clear.
LA into the basket, asking for it again. Nice touch off the glass, but it doesn't fall. Candace Parker with another rebound, pushing the pace a little bit. Odyssey. shot doesn't go. Yet another rebound for the Lynx. Pushing it in transition, Brunson.
Happy Pondex will be checking in for LA. The next stoppage.
Which actually goes back to the bench. Danielle Robinson. Brunson attracting a lot of attention at the top of the key. And that'll do it so far. The LA Sparks up 2 against the Minnesota Lynx, 11-9. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Staples Center. Right now, the Los Angeles Sparks have a 2-point lead over the Minnesota Lynx, 11-9, and the officials were at the desk trying to see if that was a 3 or 2 that Candace Parker shot earlier in the game. And they did indeed change the score, 12-9. Just what they were discussing, seeing if her foot was behind the line, as you can see here, Mary.
Yeah, they were looking at the step back, and the right foot came behind it, so they have added a point to the scoreboard. LA's lead, instead of 2, is now 3.
An extra point, as well as the ball. And a turnover right out of the gate for the Sparks. Danielle Robinson getting to the rim, close, but no cigars right there. Gets a chance to step up to the free throw line for 2.
So Robinson's been high impact already in this ball game. 3 turnovers by LA, has created 5 points for Minnesota. That's a big difference from game 1.
And off the tip, we talked about how dynamic and what an impact she's been so far off the bench for this team. They had some transactions in the offseason, especially with Renee Montgomery going to Atlanta during that time, and she's been a big boost for this squad.
Both Sylvia Fowles and Nneka Ogwumike on the bench with 2 personal fouls.
Misses a shot, but gets her own rebound, passes it out. See, it's Alexis Jones, her 2nd year with the Lynx, and turns the ball over close.
Jones did not play Friday night against Phoenix.
Come on, guys, we need to super loud defense.
So Cheryl Reeve continues to expand the bench in this ballgame, the early going against LA.
Nice take to the bucket by Timmy Bagbinelli, and she has been on fire to start.
Providing great energy, LA. Letting the young player in her 2nd year out of USC get some confidence, and clearly Brian Egler not happy.
Brian Egler was not happy with what he was seeing from his team, but there's one bright spot for sure for this game, and that's Jontel Lavender, finally seeing her back in the Sparks colors for the season.
Just acclimating to the time change, acclimating to her teammates, and just getting focused on what she needs to do. Also, Sylvia Fowles is not on the floor, so maybe saving for when she comes out.
Sylvia Fowles right now on the bench with 2 fouls, has 4 points, but another area that you're looking at, she does have 0 rebounds. She's leading the league in rebounds, so that's an area where the Sparks are trying to keep her off of the glass. Right now, Chelsea Gray has the ball, passing around, finds Essex, doesn't fall, but Chelsea Gray with the rebound. Inside, Chelsea Gray finds Cappy Pondexter. And that'll be a foul on the inside. As we said before, Mary, they continue to feed the paint, feed the ball inside.
I like taking the ball inside with Fowles on the bench. Attack the interior. Great head fake. Cappy Pondexter. We know she can score in so many ways. Did a nice job a year ago in Chicago, coming off the bench and starting as well. Had much bigger assist numbers than we've seen in the past.
So far on the year, Candace Parker is perfect from the line. Really seeing her getting into a groove, was on the top 20 and 20 for last year, and what she's been able to do over her career so far, and seeing how she can transition on this Sparks squad. Knocks down the free throw, and Danielle Robinson with the ball. Robinson, missed shot.
So Second opportunity for Minnesota.
7 on the shot clock. Danielle Robinson getting to the rim, but they call a charge. Chelsea Gray steps in right at the last second, picks up the charge against Danielle Robinson.
And Maya Moore comes over to be the player discussing it. Rises up. It certainly appears that she was there in time and was set. Of course, with the Cavs series going on, I know you were up at that ball game. Everyone's looking at block charge, block charge. Are you set?
She was outside. It looks set to me. LeBron, I'm not too sure. They shouldn't have made the call, though. Essence with the ball at the top of the key, moving it around. They've been very patient with their offense, trying to see what they can get. Maya Moore almost comes up with the steal. Seeing if she can bring some energy to that defensive end for her team.
Quanah Williams on the floor. Essence is running the floor right now, so a very small lineup for Los Angeles.
Danielle Robinson a little aggressive on the catch, and Odyssey Sims picks up the foul. Danielle Robinson picks up the foul. Odyssey Sims, that matchup is something you want to keep your eye out on.
Here we go.
Sims. Lynx clogging up the paint, making sure there's nothing inside, and Quanah Williams rises up, doesn't fall for her though. Lynx pushing in transition. Travel on the other end, so they're pushing the pace in transition, but then is this a pace where they can sustain it, especially when Sylvia Fowles isn't in the paint?
Oh, what a different lineup on the floor from Minnesota. Just one starter, Maya Moore. It has been a brutal stretch as far as games for Minnesota.
And yet the score here is 14-12 Sparks. Less than 2 minutes in this game. Candace Parker, swarmed by Lynx jersey, finally gets it to fall on the second attempt.
Yeah, nice job of really staying with the play.
Danielle Robinson trying to make a play, and another offensive foul that goes against the Lynx.
That's her second personal foul.
To me, that'll be her second personal foul. So once again, on the inside, it's flipped. Sylvia Fowles in foul trouble. Timmy in foul trouble. We'll be right back in just a minute. 16-12 Sparks. Sure you're back. Well, that week-long break definitely paid dividends for Candace Parker. She said, I need to get my legs back under me. How does she look so far to you?
She looks good, moving well without the basketball. Having to play some major minutes here in this quarter with NECA on the floor. So defensively, guarding the bigger matchup, but just staying with plays. Coming off a game against Phoenix where she had 27 minutes of play, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 personal fouls.
Once again, Candace Parker with the ball, being very assertive. They're definitely looking for her in the game, asking for it again. Floater and count it. Still red hot, coming in from the break. Candace Parker for another one.
In fact, they can pay for trying to get that steal and opening up that drive baseline.
This shot by Alexis Jones, and Sparks not letting it go out of bounds. Candace Parker running the break. One-on-one, count it again! No answer so far for Candace Parker.
And this is what's been missing for LA, the ability to rebound and push and just let your guards fill lanes, and that point forward position that Candace Parker is able to fill like nobody else.
Simone Augustus gets a touch at the end and finally stops the bleeding just a bit for the Lynx.
A little more size inside, nice cut. Using that height advantage on the post-up.
Simone on the board now with 2 points in 7 minutes that she's played. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Got a 10-second differential in the game. Candace Parker misses that runner there. 10 seconds left.
They're going to get Raquana Williams for the hand check.
Start to feel it. Alexis Jones fumbling with the ball a little bit, and Raquana Williams saw an opportunity to go after it, and yet creates the foul.
The season debut of Jantel Lavender taking the floor, and Candace Parker will sit.
And this arena is giving her a well-deserved welcome back into the arena after being in the Turkish finals overseas, getting her first ticks in the Sparks. Jones got it.
She hit a big three. Really set her feet nicely.
Well, this has been everything we wanted it to be. Parker so far with 11 and 5. 20-17, Sparks have the lead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. We're at Staples Center, but these people are enjoying their day in sunny LA at the beach, somewhere we'd love to be right now, but there's something more exciting going on right now between the Lynx and the Sparks. But very interesting to see that Nneka Ogwumike on the bench and hasn't scored yet.
And Maya Moore hasn't scored as well. So the two leading scorers, Nneka averaging 20.5 points a game, Maya 17.3. But we know at some point in this ballgame they will heat up.
Maya hasn't taken a shot yet in this game. Nneka Ogwumike 0 for 1. Sylvia fouls with the ball on the block and goes right at Jantel Lavender.
She's made every shot she's taken, and she has looked confident. She's moving well with it, moving well without it.
Turnover at the top of the key by Essence Carson. Maya Moore comes up with that. But once again, another turnover in transition, ball going off the tip of the fingers from Sylvia Fowles. So you get a good stop on the defensive end and you turn the ball on the other side. Coach Reeves said, we want to pull it together. We want to shoot well and defend. Right now, they haven't seemed to be in a rhythm in that department.
And both Nneka and Candace will be checking in next stoppage.
Jantel Lavender gets her first points in the game.
Where she's so valuable to face up 15-17 all the way out to 3. Just great confidence, and she talked about that in interviews during the week. She feels great about her game, just needs to get a little rest.
Nice dish off by Sylvia Fowles underneath. And Ossini with the bucket on the right-hand side.
Second assist for Big Sil.
Jantel, attempt from up top, no good.
You have to be attentive to fouls. She will sprint the floor and they'll look to throw it ahead.
Something she's known for is just getting back and forth, very limber, and talks about how she's been and getting in shape and being able to be that for her team. One of the key matchups, Elena Beard on Maya Moore, comes up with the strip. Chelsea Gray to Odyssey. Count it, and one. Odyssey Sims finishing at the glass.
So why is Maya Moore not getting the ball? Why is Maya Moore not scored? It's because of Elena Beard has been guarding her this entire ball game. The pick, the reigning defensive player of the year, and then the give up to Gray and the push ahead with numbers and the finish by Odyssey Sims.
Coach Agler talked about it. He said, you know what? You have Taurasi that goes off for 29 against the Lynx, and you have Maya that's going off in these different games, and you're looking at what those two players specifically were able to do against the Sparks. And he just looked at his team and said, well, we have her, meaning Elena Beard. Shot goes in for Odyssey Sims. She now has 3 points. Right now, points in the paint so far. Sparks leading at 16-14. Maya, and one from the 3.
They are going to get Sims for fouling her. She just gets so much attention, so much focus on Maya Moore.
And just like that, in grand fashion, she goes from having 0 points to getting 3 points, seeing if she can step up for 4 if she knocks down this free throw.
I mean, every player in this league that has responsibility to guard Maya Moore is always thinking, where is she? Where's she going?
Definitely have to find her, gets her feet around quickly. And also the free throw line is an area where she's been outstanding so far from the season. 15 for 16, shooting almost 94%. Gets that one.
See it often, but a 4-point play by Maya Moore. Minnesota ties it up.
Chelsea Gray on the baseline, and there is a foul called on Alexis Jones. And I do believe Chelsea Gray is going to get a chance to step up to the free throw line.
An interesting huddle by Minnesota after that foul. It's Sylvia Fowles talking, turning to her teammates.
Candace Parker checking in for Jontel Lavender exiting.
Candace Parker returns for your Sparks. Maya Moore steps out, and number 32, Rebecca Brunson, is in for Minnesota.
Lindsay Whalen has only played 3 minutes in this ball game.
We need you.
26-25. Chelsea Gray knocks down the free throw. Simone Augusta seeing if she can get back in the rhythm, and then travel called. Yet another turnover. That is turnover number 7 for the Lynx.
Lace has scored 9 points off those turnovers. Fouls on NECA. Brunson, Garden, Parker.
Kathy Pondexter working the baseline. Chelsea Gray, count it. She can come off of screens. She can get her way open on the baseline. She just does it all. One of the reasons why she was Player of the Week.
She does a nice job of the balance of scoring and getting her teammates involved as the point guard as well.
The double comes down from Chelsea Gray, and yet another turnover by the Lynx.
And of late, looking more like game 1 in Minneapolis, where the defense really focused on the ball and getting after it.
Kathy Pondexter's shot doesn't go. And it will be last touch by Chelsea Gray. Lynx end up with the ball.
All right, come on, guys. We need everybody. Here we go. Defense. Come on, guys.
28-25 so far for the Los Angeles Sparks. It's been going back and forth.
Extended minutes for Alexis Jones at the point position. Her second year out of Baylor.
Some good minutes for a couple of players on the Lynx squad. Timmy Bagnanelli had some good minutes to start. Simone Augustus misses from the top of the key. Outstanding rebound by NECA Aguilmike.
Yeah, one of those you can hear in the stands. Tough shot. Not a lot of balance.
Doesn't go for Chelsea. Alexis Jones. Missed 3 in the corner, but Sylvia Fowles, not the last one touched, but comes down to the defensive side for the Sparks. We've seen it all, but mostly from Elena Beard. It comes down to who wants it more. Grabbing the ball with a nice steal in there. Chelsea Gray with the no look and one. More right after the break. Welcome back to Staples Center. Right now, the Sparks are up 28-25, and let's get straight to it. Chelsea Gray, the Western Conference Player of the Week, and for great reason, has been on fire this entire time.
Yeah, she leads the league in assists, tied for the lead in steals. Her assist to turnover outstanding at 3.65.
And that'll be another foul on Candace Parker. Correction, that will be charged against Kathy Pondexter. That will be her second. Sylvia Fowles at the free throw line, and Coach Brian Agler, we asked him, what is the answer for Sylvia Fowles? And he said, you just got to make it tougher. And right now, she's getting a deep seal on the inside to a point where nobody can pick up.
Well, Nneka talked about it during the week. Just said she's not easy to guard. Use the words, you have to stay attached. You can't lose her. And I love this. Such a Nneka-ism. You have to have an attentive mindset when you're guarding Sylvia.
I like that, attentive mindset. We'll see if they can do that in the rest of the game. 28-27 so far. Sparks up by 1. Candace finding Cappy Pondexter underneath. Doesn't go. Alexis Jones still in the game. No double team on the block. Nneka Ogwumike taking it by herself. A swarm of jerseys by the Sparks on the inside, and there will be a foul call.
Yeah, foul just taking it right at the Sparks defense.
And that'll be a tough one because that is Nneka Ogwumike's 3rd foul in the game so far.
Takes on the triple team.
They just change it, taking that away from Nneka Ogwumike. That is going to be a foul charge against Chelsea Gray. That is her 1st foul in the game.
Fouls the reigning MVP, and turnovers were a real problem for her in game 1. 6 turnovers against the LA Sparks. 15 points, 12 rebounds.
Odyssey Sims checks in for Cappy Pondexter. Fouls, gets the next free throw to go. That takes the lead 29-28 right here. About 5 minutes left in this first half. The matchup between Maya Moore and Chelsea Gray, and she delivers it. Bottom of the net.
But with Candace on the floor, now you can work Chelsea Gray as an off guard where she's just receiving and shooting and not having to run the show at the same time. Takes a lot of pressure off Gray.
Chelsea Gray had 8 assists in the last game. You can see how she can do it all. And yet another turnover by the Lynx. Travel inside.
Working hard to get the ball. A great defender in Maya Moore, but sells the move, walks it back, and knocks it down.
Take note, kids. That's the way you get open and knock it down.
Yeah, you got to have intent and focus. Beautiful.
Intent and purpose on the pass. Beard delivers. Candace Parker deposits the shot. 2 points for Candace. She now has 13. 5 rebounds to add to that as well. I would say that week off, she got her legs underneath her. Alexis Jones logging some great minutes. Great pass inside to Sylvia Fowles.
Yeah, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists.
12 points so far for Sylvia Fowles. It's been going back and forth in this game so far. Candace Parker getting the delivery from Beard.
Just a beautiful pass. Pick, roll. Cannot lose track of Sylvia Fowles, and you can't double team that roller. It's not easy.
Missed shot by Odyssey Sims, and as you said before, it's been going back and forth. Already 5 ties and 3 lead changes. Right now, the lead is in the Sparks' hand, 32-31. Odyssey with the matchup on Alexis Jones. Fowles with the shot at the top of the key, does not go.
Well, if you give up something, you'll give up that. You'll have Fowles take that shot rather than working it inside. Her first miss of the game, perfect until that point. Now 4 of 5 and perfect at the free throw line, 4 of 4.
And that was an outside shot. Shows you how efficient she is in the paint. Both teams really trying to see what they can get on the inside, but outside they've been able to knock it down as well. That one does not go for Elena Beard. We'll say it again. Another turnover by the Lynx. That is going to be turnover number 10. 13 points for the Sparks so far on those turnovers. Can they turn this around? Taking care of the ball, we'll see. Coming up next after the break. Welcome back to Staples Center. Right now, the Sparks hold the lead 32-31, and it's been all Chelsea Gray so far in this game, and progressive throughout her career. You see how she's continued to improve.
Well, you look at the big jump from 2016 to 2017. One of the most improved players in the league last year. The only reason she didn't get it is the amazing job by Connecticut's Jonquel Jones.
Had some injuries here and there, but she has proven to be one of the standout guards in this league. Definitely getting the credit. Danielle Robinson right now with the ball inside finds Alexis Jones. Sylvia. Nice defense by Nneka Ogwumike.
She has taken it right at Nneka. Just 2 personal fouls on Nneka. Of course, fouls has 2 as well.
6 on the shot clock. See what they can do with this. Sylvia fouls, comes out almost like a decoy, finds Danielle Robinson underneath for the easy 2.
Just directing traffic, telling Robinson exactly where to go, and what an impact by Danielle Robinson. 6 minutes of play, 5 points.
Instant points for Danielle Robinson. Chelsea Gray on the wing for the Sparks. Eyes behind her head, doesn't matter, finds Nneka Ogwumike diving on the right side.
Her first basket of the ball game, just her second shot. Boy, to have the lead approaching halftime and Nneka with just 2 points, that's a positive.
Positive for the Sparks.
3-second violation.
But we have to go back to this look. Chelsea Gray, Western Player of the Week, eyes behind her head. She knows where Nneka's going to be.
Well, the screen's coming from Parker, and she goes opposite, and then Nneka just moves, adjusts, fouls, comes over to help because there's so much focus on Gray in that drive.
It's a level of importance, this veteran group, both sides, knowing where their teammates are going to be on the floor, and that definitely helps knowing Nneka is going to dive down. Chelsea Gray going up against Alexis Jones, backing her down. 2 points. She's so solid. We know everything that she's done in the offseason, and she wants the and 1 too.
Yeah, Candace Parker talked about her ability to back you down and be a post-up as well.
Lynx having some trouble at the top of the key, and that they do. Another turnover, turnover 12 for the Minnesota Lynx. Candace. The bank is open.
Yeah, take what you can get. Parker.
Here we go. Defense. Come on.
7 for 11 from the field. Her only 3 today, and drains it. 15 points so far for Parker, along with 5 rebounds. Raquana Williams battling on the floor with Sylvia fouls. They will call it a jump ball. Got about 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Candace Parker.
Little pick and pop. She's open. Nice rotation. Way to use the backboard.
You think she was going for the backboard there?
I do not. Nope. Nope.
She likes it. We love it. Let's see who gets the jump here. Sylvia fouls and Nneka Ogwumike. 43 seconds left in this first half.
We need some noise. We need some noise. Who's going to win this jump? If you want Nneka to win this jump, make some noise. Make some noise. Come on down.
Cheryl Reed
A lot of
trying to
adjusting. Yeah, Cheryl is micromanaging that.
And Lindsay Whalen had to double check and see who was going to come up and get the ball, but Raquana Williams surprised her, ran up for the ball,
Everybody standing. Everybody
leading to this turnover, another turnover by the Lynx.
Everybody up. Number 14, Jimmy Bentley checks into
Boy, it almost looked like Raquana Williams kicked the ball.
Is out.
Nope, off Whalen's hands. Great hustle by Raquana Williams, creating a possession.
Everybody up. Here we go.
And the level of intensity and the sense of urgency you have to have if you are the Lynx right now. Largest lead was Sparks by 8 right now. We're sitting there, and a turnover. Top of the key, Maya Moore making him pay 2 points.
And the giveaway,
Let them hear you.
Maya Moore.
Say, go, Sparks.
so heads up.
got a couple of Defensive Player of the Years on the floor right now. We know that Elena Beard, Maya Moore, as well as Sylvia Fowles have that logged in. But what can they do? The 5-second differential on the clock. 8. Chelsea Gray has the ball. Candace with the rebound and goes back up. Take that for no J.R. Smith. Gets the 2 to fall down with about 7.4 seconds left.
Tough shot by Gray, the miss, and then inside. People pushing and prodding and reaching, and Candace Parker comes away with a tough 2 and the opportunity for 3.
Tough for who? Not CP3.
At the free throw line for your
Nice O-board off of the free throw line.
17 first half points from Parker.
6 rebounds to add to that as well. 8 for 12. Misses the free throw. 6 seconds left. Maya with the ball. And drains it. Three-point shot falls for Maya Moore. She ends with 9 points. 3 for 3 from the field. And it's going back and forth.
Maya Moore hit one at the end of the first quarter, and she hits one going away to end the half.
It's been action-packed so far. You don't want to miss the second half. Make sure you're here right after halftime.
Gray up the floor. Gray rumbles in, fading away. No, Agumake denied. Another chance is good. Nneka Agumake puts it on. Whaley is going to have to heave. She does. That's it. The LA Sparks have slain the mighty Lynx. They are your 2016 WNBA champions.
Watch that over and over again. Mary Parker was named the W Finals MVP for that year. You can see it hanging in the rafters there. Something they said was the hardest thing they had to do. Excited to finally have that moment and bring it back to Los Angeles.
Oh, the big bucket by Nneka. And I love the comments from Elena Beard after Nneka scores. 3.1 seconds left. Where's Maya? Where's Maya? You know Maya's going to have an impact, and we saw that at the end of the first half. Where's Maya? You got to find her. But the history between these two teams, it just gets richer and richer every year, and we're seeing another great battle this afternoon.
You get chills every time these two teams take the floor with one another. You know that it's going to be tit for tat.
I also love the comment by Candace when they won that, and she looked at Magic Johnson and said, "You did this 5 times." Like the improbability of to do that, to get it done 5 times.
3 consecutive trips to the finals have been between these two teams, as there is a turnover. And Chabard out of bounds for the Lynx. We will get it underneath, but 3 trips to the finals for these two teams. Are we seeing a little bit on the NBA side, even with the Cavs and what the Warriors have been able to do with 4 consecutive trips to the finals?
We might see these two this year, but boy, the depth of this league and how improved this league is this year, there's a whole lot of teams that will be knocking on the door come finals time.
And this shot by Maya Moore on the other end, but as you said, nice look inside by Candace Parker to Elena Beard, and it just gets away from her. Turnover for the first trip down the floor for the Sparks.
Certainly was an interesting half as far as personnel for Minnesota. Whalen plays just 4 minutes. We're not going to see Wright today for personal reasons, so Tanisha Wright not playing. Kaiser did not play a minute. She's been one of the go-tos coming off the bench.
You've seen Cecilia Vendelicini and Timmy Fag-Binley that have logged a lot of minutes so far for this team, and you have a charge right here at the other end, down in the paint.
That's her 3rd personal foul.
So that puts her at 3 fouls so far in this game.
See the frustration for Nneka, and it has been a frustrating game. She's played 14 minutes. She has taken 2 shots. She has 1 basket. Those aren't Nneka numbers.
Is that more on Nneka or the defense of the Lynx at this point?
Well, I think they know personnel, so Candace gets tied up. Nneka loses her balance, falls on the floor, gets back up and defends.
And almost picks up her 4th foul going over the back of Sylvia Fowles. They didn't call it. But on the other end, Candace Parker launches for 3, doesn't get it. Lindsay Whalen with the rebound. Simone Augustus taking only her 3rd shot of the game. That is now her 4th point.
Looking at her teammates and saying, let's go.
But then
actually looking at the official and saying, give me a call, and a technical foul.
A technical foul has been assessed to the Minnesota head coach, Cheryl Reed.
You can see Cheryl Reed was really getting in the ear of the officials while they were coming down the line, and they definitely hit her up with the tee. But does this get their team going? You can see the emotion that Maya has and Simone Augustus really rallying their team together at this point. But they need all the fire they can get. It's a tie game, 40-40.
Also, a technical foul was called against Simone Augustus.
Yes, and you don't see Simone Augustus talk a lot. You don't see her get angry a lot. You don't see her get that demonstrative.
At the line for your Sparks, Nneka
Ogwumike is going to be the player that is going to step up to the line for the Sparks to take the extra shot. Knocks it down. But this is how we got here. Simone Augustus looking around at her team. Couldn't really tell much there, and I love when I can see fire and energy from different teammates and players on the floor. But you don't know what she said, which led to those 2 T's led by Cheryl Reeve as well as Simone Augustus.
It's a Minnesota team that has lost 3 straight. That doesn't happen to the Minnesota Lynx. They're the defending champs. They expect a whole lot better from themselves.
Odyssey's 3 does not go. Maya steps up and knocks it down. We're going to review it to see if that stands as a 3. 42-43 right now, Lynx up 1.
Keep in mind, Maya Moore played every minute of the first quarter and did not score.
Sylvia Fowles with the rejection in the inside. Simone Augustus putting on a clinic at half court. Doesn't get the shot to fall. And Brian Agler will step up to the court and say, I need a little break here. And we're going to go to break as well. So far, 1-point lead by the Lynx. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after the break. Welcome back to Staples Center, where Maya is definitely heating up. It took her a while, didn't score in the first quarter and on into the second quarter as well, but she is putting on a clinic from the outside.
That's just 11 points in game 1 at Minnesota. But that's just not Maya Moore. Didn't hit a 3 in that ball game. Was 0 for 3, 4 of 14. She's taken 5 shots, and she's got 12 points.
She didn't score her first bucket until about 5 minutes into the second quarter. But that came in grand fashion as she hit the outside 3 and knocked down the free throw for the 4-point play. Right now, Raquana Williams with the ball. Elena Beard in the offense. Steps up for the baseline jumper and knocks it down.
Nice job clearing some space. And Beard continues to be effective on the offensive end. Her 5th point.
Only had 1 point in the previous play, and here we have a charge. Elena Beard laying on the floor right now. Maya Moore questioning. See here, Beard just trying to get through the screen, and it's almost like she ran into a brick wall going up against Sylvia Fowles.
Well, they're trying to run the elevator play, and she was just sort of head-hunting Beard, and here comes Beard, and she just moves and adjusts and tries to get in her way.
An interesting night so far. Sylvia Fowles, 4 for 8 from the floor. She does have the 3 personal fouls. Tied for 12 points, her and Maya. High scorers on this team so far. Sims takes the shot and knocks it down. 5 points so far for Odyssey Sims.
Minnesota's doing a great job defending Nneka. She can't get touches, so, you know, you got to go the next option or the next option after that. And they're going to get Sil for pushing off Nneka. And you don't see Nneka get that emotional.
It takes a lot, and it's a team effort, but Nneka said, I can get the job done. On the inside, you said how hard they were fighting together, and you see the little trip on the outside.
Nneka. And Nneka Ogwumike gets a technical foul.
Come on, smart fans, we need you loud and proud. Here we go.
Maybe a little bit too much emotion, but nonetheless, a great play. And Moore steps up for the shot. 46-43 so far. Sparks have the lead. Great pass on the inside to Juana Williams to Nneka Ogwumike. Pinpoint precision.
And fouls and Nneka matching up down low.
It goes right back to Sylvia. Fouls underneath. Nothing called. Nneka Ogwumike doing her job on the inside.
Nice help from Essence to come in with that double team and clear the ball through.
Sims waiting on Nneka at the top of the key. Juana Williams misses the 3. Danielle Robinson has had a quiet second half so far after that breakout first half for her off the bench. Brunson's shot doesn't go. Against Danielle Robinson in paint, no problem. Banks it off the glass.
Really crafty against Danielle Robinson into the paint.
There are about 3 Lynx jerseys on the paint, but Odyssey Sims, one of the most fearless players we've seen in this league. Doesn't matter, she's taking it to you. Still the matchup, Elena Beard on Maya. Nneka got the switch. No shot by Maya. Maya still with 12 points, 4 rebounds. Sylvia fouls, 12 points as well. Odyssey Sims again in traffic, doesn't come up with anything, and there will be a foul called.
You like confidence, but Odyssey Sims going into the teeth of the defense, taking it right at all that size inside.
See there, as you said.
Maya Moore, Sylvia fouls, both just right there saying, I don't think so.
Looks a lot different than the Chelsea shot where she can just finish over 4 or 5 defenders. Bagman hits the basket, and there will be a foul called. That is Elena Beard, her first personal foul. And Maya Moore steps up to the free throw line.
And Cheryl Reeve, one of the big changes in this game is the minutes coming in at the post is Benley and not Lynetta Kaiser. Kaiser averaging about 10 minutes a game, 3 points, a couple of rebounds. Has not been on the floor yet, but we have sure seen a lot of Temi.
Maya Moore, after the slow start, misses the free throw, but is now the leading scorer so far for the Lynx. 13, 4 rebounds to add to that as well. She's been perfect from the three-point line. Raquana Williams rises up, and it finally drops. Raquana Williams finally on the board. Now has 2 points.
And I like that shot. She had missed the three. Comes right back. Gets in her comfort level. Oh, wonderful.
Comfort level.
Yeah.
That's Maya's comfort level. Getting to the basket.
5 of 7.
Good defense by the Lynx, really pressuring the Sparks and pushing them past the three-point line. And they'll make you pay. You talked about the extension, so what do?
Beautiful timing. The release by Nneka. As soon as she's open, the ball is there, and the finish. Nneka now with 8.
He talked about how each player knows where everyone is supposed to be. Right here, Elena Beer coming off. I got you, Nneka. 2 points. Add into that 54-48.
Where's mommy? Hey, Mom.
Welcome back to Staples Center. 54-46 Sparks. They tie the largest lead by 8 in the game. It's been a couple of baskets on the inside. Latest one coming by Nneka Ogwumike, and that's going to be short by Maya Moore.
What a hustle by Beard to save the possession.
Raquana Williams in and out, rolled over every part of the rim outside of the bottom of the net.
Again, Maya Moore, the only starter on the floor for Minnesota.
Bagden-Lay getting a lot of ticks on the inside. Elena Beard, Maya Moore.
Great defense by Beard.
Doing her job.
Beard down on the floor.
Odyssey Sims again tries it on the inside. That one counts. 2 more points for Odyssey Sims. Sitting at 9 points so far in the game. Ten-point lead by the Sparks so far is the largest of the game.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
6-5 on the shot clock. Alexis Jones lets it go. Odyssey Sims with the rebound. Odyssey Sims creating a play off the bounce, picks up the foul.
Just will not be denied. I mean, she's so quick. She's going left, strong with that left hand, and creating a whole lot of trouble on these drives for Minnesota's interior defense.
And to your point, the Sparks continue to spread the floor, knowing that they have those shooters on the outside, as well as rolling to the basket as well. So far, Sim has 9. Nneka one-on-one in the paint. Doesn't get that one to fall. Timmy Bagden-Lay with the rebound.
Cheryl Reeve wants her team to push.
Right now, 56-46, 10-point lead by the Sparks with Candace Parker on the bench. She's been getting a lot of rest so far in this game. Odyssey Sims with the rebound.
Now Moore sitting and Simone Augustus on the floor, the only starter. Augustus with just 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting.
See if they can work it. Odyssey Sims, again, one of the best playmakers, doesn't get it to fall. Danielle Robinson trying to see if she can get started. Cecilia Vandalasinki finding Simone Augustus underneath the basket. And that's only .4 for Simone Augustus. And you talked about the different pieces on the floor and the people have had to step up. This is a very interesting lineup that they've had to put together. Raquana.
But LA has not been able to separate, even with all these starters on the bench for Minnesota. So a solid job by the bench of Minnesota to keep them in the ballgame.
Absolutely, as well as 15 turnovers by the Lynx. Scratch that, 16, 1 on the shot clock. It doesn't go for Nneka Ogwumike. 21 points off of the turnover so far for the Sparks. And they have been outstanding Sparks so far for this quarter. 56-48, and it's all Sparks. Welcome back to Staples Center. Right now, the Sparks 56-48 against the Lynx. And they've had a lot of moving pieces and contributions, but Odyssey Sims has shown some offense in this second half so far.
6 points in the third quarter. She got into attack mode. She found some seams. Chelsea Gray goes to the bench for some rest, and the floor opens up for Odyssey.
Odyssey Sims with the 9 points, 4 for 9. We've seen her trying to be that playmaker, especially when she can create for herself off the bounce. And we've seen a lot of that so far in the second half, and for the Lynx, only 10 points in that third quarter. Raquana Williams picks up the foul, and that will go against Alexis Jones. That'll be her second.
A couple more starters on the floor for Minnesota. I know we keep talking about it, but we don't often see Minnesota play with this number of folks off the bench. Usually it's major minutes from starters. Moore, Brunson, Fowles, Augustus, and Whalen. I mean, Rebecca Brunson, 17 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 6 from the floor, 5 rebounds.
Alexis Jones, coming off the bench, has played the same amount of minutes as Simone Augustus and Sylvia Fowles, more than Rebecca Brunson. Nice cut to the basket, nice find. Fouls to Maya Moore.
So they go with the smaller lineup. Maya Moore running the 4, and she is tough to guard up top.
She's tough to guard inside. She's tough to guard
exactly
up top.
Right.
Right now, 17 points for Maya Moore. Chelsea Gray at the top of the key. Turnover by Gray, and Maya Moore streaking up the court, but once again, another turnover by the Lynx. Chelsea Gray finds Odyssey Sims in the corner for the 3, and you can count it.
Well, what a huge turnover. They don't turn it over. That's 2 points going the other way. Instead, 3 from the corner. That's a 5-point swing.
2 back-to-back turnovers, but it ended up in the favor of the Sparks. Danielle Robinson getting the ball, and Odyssey Sims getting the ball in the body.
And a sports foul charge to Odyssey Sims.
Talk about Odyssey Sims, we said with her, going back and forth.
Great hands by Nneka, creates the turnover. Gray, the kick corner. And Odyssey Sims, in the past, are saying, no, no, no. This year, it's a different tune. She is knocking those shots down.
We talked about her confidence at halftime. And what we're seeing, and everything was, I just want to be better for my team. I know that I can be better for my team. Everything is to her team and attributing to how she can make this team better.
And she talked a lot in her conversation with you about confidence that her teammates have in her, the transition from a year ago.
And as we said before, they started the first half of the season. That's another foul, Essence Carson.
But Danielle Robinson just threw Essence Carson.
Loved her in her record days. Still putting on a show here with the Sparks. Chelsea Gray going.
So with the big double team, didn't go away and made it very challenging for Gray to make a play out of that double.
Especially with the double with Simone Augustus. Simone with the ball, fouls. Going one-on-one against Parker. Trying to work the 2-man game. Danielle Robinson rises for 2. Another 2 points for Danielle Robinson. She's sitting at 8 points right now.
She's been really solid. 3 for 3. A couple of rebounds. Aggressive defensively.
And she hasn't hesitated coming off of the screen. She is that option.
And Lindsay Whalen just 7 minutes in this ball game, and no Tanisha Wright for personal reasons. So they've had to go deeper, especially at the guard spot.
Candace one-on-one with fouls, no problem. With a nice fadeaway to add 2 more points.
Pull her away from that basket. Take away the advantage. Here comes the hard double by Sims.
Good job by Sims to recover on Danielle Robinson. That could have had an open shot. Alexis Jones launches it. And it's going to go the other way. Sylvia fouls.
And the foul charge to number 34, Sylvia Fowles. That's her fifth
Parker,
personal
little head
foul.
fake. The step back, create the space. So smooth in the finish.
And that means it's
5 fouls so far on Sylvia Fowles. And you can see now, you wouldn't be surprised if it goes straight to Candace Parker, with that still being the matchup with Sylvia Fowles and Candace Parker.
Big call, 4th personal. 5, excuse me.
Elena Beer, nice take to the basket, but doesn't come up with a bucket. And another turnover, 18 total so far for the Lynx. Just a little bit of confusion in the transition offense.
Exactly right. So 2 players running basically the same lane. One was Danielle Robinson, one is Syl. Syl's taller, so she grabs it and then just not where she wants to get it in transition.
Essence knocks it down. Essence Carson now gets on the scoreboard.
We talked about it last Sunday, her elbow surgery. She's just shooting the ball with so much more of a comfortable, confident motion.
Essence Carson finally on the scoreboard. That's everybody for the Sparks. We'll be back. Welcome back. Sparks with a 65-53 over the Lynx. We're back in action. Danielle Robinson with the ball. So far, there hasn't been an answer. A lot of the turnovers so far for the Lynx, 18, in which the Sparks have converted 26 points out of that, but they make that pay.
Hi, family, let them hear you.
Alexis Jones now with 5 points.
Nneka checking in shortly.
There you go.
Short shot by Candace Parker. They've really been working the clock. A lot of their shots have been coming later on in the shot clock. On the other end, Simone Augustus with the ball. Maya has Chelsea Gray on her. Maya to the basket. Doesn't get it to fall. Gray will pick up her 2nd foul.
Look, there's one surprise in this ball game for me. Let's get the third foul there. Sylvia fouls in the first half, goes 4 of 6, 12 points, dominating at times. 3rd quarter, 0 for 3, doesn't score, and has not touched the ball really here in the 4th. I mean, shooting 62% from the floor. She's so tough to guard, and it just, they really went away from what was working.
And that was on the inside. It was tied for points in the paint at one point, and still here, 30-30, but who's getting those touches?
Well, Moore's done a great job of picking things up for sure.
Well, she's had to, now sitting at 18 points. After not going or scoring in the first quarter, and a lot of the second part of the second quarter as well. Nneka Ogwumike doesn't get it to fall. Good look by Candace Parker. Danielle Robinson seeing if she can create some offense, and does. Can we say anything more about Danielle Robinson and the impact she's been off this bench?
No, and over the years, she has always given LA problems.
Still a comeback right now. 58-65 so far. But that's what they need. they don't need. Chelsea Gray knocking down the three. Between these two teams, it always comes down to the wire. You can never count the other out. Elena Beard picks up the foul against Simone Augustus trying to get to the rim.
Elena Beard picks up the Sparks foul. That's her second personal foul.
Robinson, just that quick step, and then to find the angle for the finish. The reversal by Parker, no hesitation. A year ago, she led the WNBA in three-point shooting at 48%.
We'll let it fly. Simone Augustus can sense the level of urgency picking up right here, getting to the basket. Simone Augustus taking it in her own hands. Sitting at 6 points so far. This is her first trip to the free throw line today. Gets it to fall for her first attempt. Simone Augustus shoots about 58% from the free throw line. That time she's perfect.
Let me hear you say go Sparks!
Some full court pressure. Maya Moore almost coming up with the steal.
Dangerous pass in front of Robinson.
Beard lets it go, and yet another bucket for Elena Beard. It's not just defense with her. She can score too.
7 points.
Alexis Jones misses, and Sylvia fouls.
Point blank.
Not sure if she was looking for the call there. Everyone stopped to check, but that's a very uncharacteristic miss by Sylvia Fowles.
Season high points for Beard with 7. Nneka's so open. She was open for a long time.
She just wanted to get the fans involved.
She was extremely patient, waiting for that ball to get there.
Sylvia Fowles taking another crack at it, and does finish over the left shoulder. 10-point game so far, about 3 minutes left in this fourth quarter, 72-62. Danielle Robinson aggressive on that screen.
This foul charge to number 3, Danielle Robinson. That's her 5th.
Offensive rebound here by Sylvia Fowles, and this just doesn't happen. Fowles doesn't miss point-blank shots like that. And then Nneka waiting patiently, little head fake, and the finish, and she is now in double figures with 10 for LA Sparks in double figures.
Everyone that has checked in the game for the Sparks has scored. We talked about each piece doing their job. It's not like they have to be the leading scorer, but they have been assertive, and especially getting to the paint. So far for the Sparks, 34 points in the paint. You're looking at the Lynx as well, 32. What will they do here down the double by Fowles and Simone?
Shot clock.
Oh, and that'll be a turnover. Shot clock was at 1, but there is a turnover.
Timeout on the floor.
72-62, 10-point lead so far for the Sparks. Can they hold on in defeat? Welcome back. Right now, the Sparks have a 72-62 lead over the Minnesota Lynx. And Mary, I think it's about that time to get into our replay of the game. Let's take a look at today's replay of the game, brought to you by Equifax Trust Life Insurance Company, a marquee partner of the LA Sparks.
Just a beautiful split by Nneka Ogwumike. The hands, the space is cleared, and the delivery by Beard. The best scoring game of the season for Beard. She's 3 of 5, 7 points. And she has played a lot of minutes trying to guard and shut down Maya Moore, sometimes with success and sometimes not.
Well, Maya will be Maya, but Elena Beard does it all, and you can see how she does the intangibles. Right there, Alexis Jones couldn't really find fouls. And the ball will go the other way to the Sparks.
Turn up one time. Let me say, go Sparks! Louder!
Still a 10-point game, 72-62.
Parker a rebound away from a double-double.
Draws the double team, finds her teammate Nneka Ogwumike under the basket, makes it look easy. Nneka Ogwumike.
She's all about figuring out solutions, isn't she? She turns and faces, all right, still, there you are. Let me figure out how I'm going to get this shot off.
Gotta love it on the other end. Danielle Robinson continues to put on a clinic. 12 points for her so far in the 22 minutes that she's logged in for this game. Perfect from the field.
Well, she certainly has been a bright spot for Cheryl Reeve.
Chelsea Gray short on the jumper. Good transition D by the Sparks. Simone Augustus left alone on the three. Doesn't connect.
No reason to be in a hurry. You're under 2 minutes. Well, you might want to hurry enough to get yourself to midcourt. 8-second violation by Odyssey Sims.
You can see her trying to hustle across the half-court line, but it was way too late. Hate to see those. You want to take your time, of course. Time is on your side, but not that much time.
Yeah, once you get across the half-court line.
I'm going to review that play. Danielle Robinson seemed to have thrown the ball out of bounds.
While we wait, we got notice.
Time for a review.
Danielle Robinson was trying to see if she could find her teammate in the corner. Let's see who it went off of.
No music, let me see if you know it. She said, do you love me?
Clearly, Robinson just threw the ball out of bounds.
And you know what?
Hopefully this is a quick review.
We're famous for long reviews here at the Staples Center, though. Last Sunday, I think we had a 5-minute review.
Got our popcorn and talked to the fans.
I think Robinson was expecting her teammate to slide a little bit lower on this, and instead the ball goes out of bounds.
And as they're on the review, still sitting at a 10-point lead. 1 minute left. 1 minute, 15 seconds left in this game. But so far, what has stood out to you about what the Sparks have been able to do?
Well, it's been a disjointed game. It's not a Lynx team we've ever seen before. Lindsay Whalen just 7 minutes. Brunson just 17. The inability of fouls to really be involved at all. Just 2 shots in the second half. But LA persevering, doing a nice job of creating the turnovers and getting 26 points off those turnovers. Trying to get the rust off Candace Parker. She's been solid now with the double-double, 19 and 10. 3 assists. Not the best game we've seen Nneka have, just 12 points, but a good team job so far. And it's got to be. They're in the middle of a 5-game homestand, the most time they will have here in LA all season long. You got Seattle coming to town this week, Chicago on Sunday, and then Atlanta. The schedule just continues to get tough. And for Minnesota, they're in the middle of a 3-game road trip. They start here, they go to Washington, then they go to Connecticut. It's not going to get any easier. And they're in the middle of a 3-game losing streak. They haven't had a 4-game losing streak since 2010.
It's a very interesting fact there, Mary. And as you said, we haven't seen the starting 5 together a lot on the floor in today's game. Sylvia Fowles gets the ball and gets fouled there. Going to go against Odyssey Sims.
So fortunate turn of events. They get the possession, they get the clock stopped, and the opportunity to score some points.
Certainly time and score for the Lynx at this point. And it's very interesting to go back to your point. 18 points by Maya Moore. She didn't score in the first quarter. And you have that line from there for the starters. Foul, steps up to the line, and this is the only 2 on today. She was perfect before that trip.
Well, it will be a big homecoming, won't it, this week when the Seattle Storm come to town. Jordan Canada from UCLA.
I know that you got to see her in action in her college days at UCLA as the shot doesn't fall for Nneka Ogwumike, but the ball falls right into the hands of Chelsea Gray.
But big picture, these 2 teams will play 4 times this year. The only team LA plays 4 times. They are going to be up 2 games to none. This is a huge victory for Los Angeles.
And just like that, Elena Beard all smiles for her team. What a game she's had. 9 points, 3 assists with one of the toughest matchups and defensive assignments you can have guarding Maya Moore.
I see you, Bobby. I see you.
And the kick out by Sims, and Beard just inside the 3-point line in rhythm. Very solid numbers, 9 points and 3 assists. And Gray spread the floor and let it fly.
At the buzzer as well. Of course you're all smiles. Getting it done on both ends of the floor. Elena Beard, known for the intangibles that she provides for this team. Let's see what's coming up next for the Sparks. Thursday, Seattle Storm, that's going to be on ESPN2. And you talked about the home stretch that they have. Sunday, Chicago Sky. And then Atlanta Dream, June 12th, June 15th will be the last one with the Washington Mystics, who also took down the Lynx as well during their season.
Great crowd here at the Staples Center. A lot of energy, a beautiful summer day here in LA. And for Los Angeles, nothing better than being at home and coming away with a victory, you hope. Finish it off against the Minnesota Lynx.
And you gotta think all the people at the beach right now missed one game for these Sparks, taking on the defending champions. And as we said before, these 2 teams will match up 4 times on the season. This is the 2nd time, and the Sparks are in the driver's seat to make that a 2-0 in their favor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on your feet, loud and proud for your Sparks. Here we go.
Sid Weiss on the floor for LA. Renetta Kaiser finally on the floor for Minnesota.
Which is interesting since she has logged a lot of minutes for this team and is known for her ability to step off of the bench and be an immediate impact. There is a timeout called on the floor. A 2-second differential in the shot clock. It's a 10-point game, 76-66. Sparks have the lead.
Let me see. What section knows it? Here we go.
And right out of the break, the Lynx are able to score. What are they looking to do at this point? You see full court pressure coming. What do you see for the Lynx?
Just in this ball game, I mean, it's desperation time. You're just trying to get steals. There's no 10-point plays out there. But boy, they got a whole lot of things to figure out, don't they? These teams will play twice more, July 5th in Minnesota, and then back here on August 2nd. Advance the ball.
All right, on your feet, here we go.
And a foul called immediately. Milliken comes off of the clock. And that's a foul that's going to go against Daniel Robinson.
Just really uncharted territory in a lot of ways for Minnesota. Looking at your 4th loss in a row as the defending champs in a league that is getting better by the day.
Daniel Robinson picks up her 6th foul and has to go to the bench. Maya Moore comes in, and as you said, this league continues to grow, continues to get better. As Chelsea Gray is able to knock down the free throw, adding to her stat line with 14 and 6 assists on today. Quanah Williams, Sydney Weiss, Candace Parker, Dontel Lavender has his caution on the floor. And that'll be a 5-second call.
We're having one of everything right now in the last minute.
5-second violation. We need you guys loud and proud. Everybody on your feet. Here we go. Defense. Come on, y'all.
Alexis Jones launches and connects. Three-pointer. 8-point game.
Timeout, Los Angeles.
Timeout by Los Angeles to advance the ball, no doubt, especially with the pressure coming from the Lynx. 20 seconds left. Anything can happen.
Sing it, bro.
Alexis Jones was able to hit the three-pointer, only the second one she's hit tonight. Now is added to the double figures of this team with 10 points, 3 rebounds. Mary, you said it before, it's been very interesting. She's stepping up, taking the shot. You get the 5-second call for the Sparks.
Chelsea Gray back on the floor for LA.
Why not?
Right, exactly. Like, get to the finish line.
Oh, yeah, sit down on me. Okay, I see you, though. All right, everybody standing on your feet. Let's get this win.
Another advancement. See if they can learn from the previous play on the sideline. And they do. They get it into Chelsea Gray. No foul. I think they're going for the steal right away, and they're just going to let them dribble the ball out.
Huge win for Los Angeles. And a lot to figure out if you're Minnesota.
4 players finish in double figures for the Sparks. Ogwumike with 12, Parker with 19 leads the way. Chelsea Gray with 14 and 12 for Sims. Elena Beard right there with 9. An outstanding performance by her on the defensive end. And we're going to call it a night here. What a game by the defending champs, and Sparks taking them down. For Mary Murphy, I'm Angel Gray saying so long from Staples Center, where the final score is 77-69. Be sure to catch our next Sparks telecast next Sunday at 2 p.m. when the Sparks take on the Chicago Side.